What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be showing you how to remove and install a new radiator fan on your 3.7 liter Jeep Grand Cherokee. So I already pulled my old radiator fan out. This would be the extremely dirty one. What ended up happening with mine was the fan motor basically just died. It stopped working. I checked all the relays for it, which I'll show you in a second where those relays are. But you can just go to some place really easy. I usually shop on rockauto.com to get all of my parts I need for my Jeep. They always seem to have the best prices. You do have to wait a few days for shipping, but they seem to always have the best prices, great return policy. So this is the new fan that I got. I've had it for a little while now. It's just the exact same version of this, but a different brand. What I did realize was that I ended up ordering the wrong fan, which you'll need to pay attention to your fan setup on your Jeep and obviously which one you end up buying, because as you can see on mine has an added sensor that attaches on here that reads, I'd assume, like the fan temperature or something like that. And then the wire comes in here and plugs into the fan motor itself. And you can see these are the exact same fan motors, but it has the stuff for the cords from the sensor, but it does not have the box attachment for whatever sensor does down here. So hopefully that's not too important, because I kind of screwed myself there, and I've had this fan for too long to already return it. So I'm gonna try and make best do out of what I've got. But let me show you exactly how what all you need to do to remove the fan. So the things you need to do is there is 2 bolts on each side. They're just 10mm regular bolts. You can see them at the top and the bottom. These screw into kind of a frame, but not to the radiator itself. And then obviously you have your sensor here that attaches down to the fan. On these ones, the sensor just attaches off to the body, so you have to just unclip it and take it off, or unclip it here at the body. All right, so like I was saying, when you're testing to see if your fan is actually the problem, what you'll want to do is you'll want to check your relays. Over here in the first box closest to the battery, there is 2 large relays, these 2 right here. If you buy these from AutoZone, they're about $15 each, so I would get those from Rock Auto if you plan on trying that. But you can see on your board panel here, it says right there, it says radiator fan high and radiator fan low. Those are the 2 different settings, but both those relays you will want to check before you end up replacing your entire fan. All right, so once you've checked your fan and you realize that it's not the relays, it's the fan motor itself. Obviously I'll show you once it's done, but you can see like the fan shroud here. And so the 4 bolts, you'll have 1 bolt, this is something to do with your AC. You'll have 1 bolt that goes here and it connects through this bracket to hold this onto here. So you'll need to bend this out of the way a bit. The next bolt hole is right there, you can see it. I didn't have to mess with any of these to move these out of the way to get the radiator out. Your 3rd one is down here in that hole, just attaches right in. This is the sensor that came out the bottom of the radiator. And then your 4th hole is up here right beneath your main radiator hose. So once you get these 4 bolts removed, it is still difficult to take the radiator itself out. It doesn't really fit very well. So what I ended up doing was I removed this overflow hose, which goes to your tank over here. This gave me a little bit of room over here to slide the piece out the top. And then the hardest part is making sure this side doesn't get caught on any of your hoses down here. And then your main radiator hose is what seemed to be the hardest part. You really had to like wedge the last piece up in here and push this as far away as you possibly can. Once you do all that stuff, you should be able to slide the radiator out pretty easily. And then like I said, the sensor's down here. You need to unplug that as well from the fan. All right, and just like that, we're all set to go. Went and slid the radiator fan back in the exact same way I took the other one out. Again, I highly recommend removing this. Obviously, you have to put it above the balance of that so none of it drains out. I just kind of pinned it up over here. But yeah, that was the easiest way to get this thing back on. Again, I had to push the radiator fan out of the way. Got my sensor zip tied up over there. We're all set to go. Already ran the engine, double check that everything works. So if you guys learned anything, make sure to drop a comment if you have any questions. Subscribe again if you learned anything. And thank you guys. Have a good day.